it's Amy, and I thought I'd record some team training about some of the notes that I got from convention. There were several classes that I took that I really enjoyed. The one that was most applicable for me was to get out of your head and into your business. This has been a struggle for me. I was kind of a slow starter, and part of that was because I felt like I needed to know everything before I proceeded to sponsor. And you know, I'm not going to tell anybody how to do their business. I think each person needs to find their own journey. I do think that if you can move forward and learn along the way, that's best. But I also understand that for me, it's kind of like I couldn't help it. I really just was kind of paralyzed until I was able to learn more before I could proceed. So every person's unique, no pun intended. And I really like this because this is something that I've struggled with. And there's 3 things that go on in your mind. And 1, you need to stop thinking about time, think about priorities. So I know this is a common problem for me is I think, oh, how am I going to squeeze everything? I don't have enough time. It's just, I've got to juggle my family, my health, my work, my business. And they talked about stop thinking about time. Think about your priorities. What are your priorities? Number 2 is fear. The business, the hardest part, it's all mental. Believe it or not, it's all mental. What you tell yourself is really going to affect you. You need to train your brain to keep doing affirmations and positive thinking so that you have a very positive mindset to deal with struggles and trials and everything that you're going to face in your business. For me, what's been helping me is to do personal development every day, reading books, listening to trainings, and positive affirmations in the morning and in the evening. This is helping to reprogram my subconscious mind because I do have some underlying anxiety issues. And so fear is kind of a constant thing there that I have to suppress. It's always been that way, always have since a child. And so I'm my biggest enemy, and I've always held myself back because of anxiety and fear. And so a big thing is to work on your mindset. Number 3 is success is not external, it comes from within. So they talked a lot about different things and priorities, and they said first should come you as a priority, then your family, and then your business. And so that made me think a little bit about how I need to better prioritize myself and then my family and my business. And I'd have to say it's a work in progress. Constantly things are changing, and sometimes things pop up in business that need to be handled and they interrupt family life. So I'm constantly readjusting and trying to find what works for me and my family and my business. I definitely need to work on putting myself first for health reasons. And that's something that I'm going to be trying to get into, is taking better care of myself, because without health, where are you going to be? So, and then they talk about the business side. Instead of saying, I sell Younique or I sell whatever it is you sell, instead, what business are you in? Have you thought about it? What is it that you're trying to do? What is your big vision? What is your dream? A while ago, I sat down and I started to really think about what I wanted. What is my big vision? What is my why? Why do I do this? Why do I work so hard? Why do I keep at it? Day after day, you know, we get rejection, we deal with hardship, family doesn't understand all the time. And I thought about what it was that really made me love what I do. And so I created my own vision, my own mission, and my own statement. And I brand myself, and I have a vision, and it's not just Younique that I sell. But what I do is I uplift women. I empower women to realize their true beauty and to feel confident and to have the opportunity to create financial freedom. And that is what drives me. That is my mission. And I also provide opportunities for women to build a second income from home. So this is my vision and my mission, and this is what I'm going with. Instead of just saying, oh, I sell Younique. No, you help women to feel confident and beautiful, or whatever it is that you do. Number 2 is when you're building a team in your company, you need to work your business first and not your team. So you should be doing 80% you, 20% your team. And often this can get a little out of balance. So trying to keep that in balance, make sure to focus on you and then your team. Number 3, you need to duplicate. We got to locate and create 3 to 4 elites. This is the most important thing, is to duplicate, build elites, and that is how you're going to be successful. So how do you find yourself? How do you do this? You need to listen to yourself and what your inner mind is saying and write it down. And write down your purpose, write down your goals. You want to do 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years. So I've done some of this already, but I need to go back and revise it from the last time that I did it at the beginning of the year. And then remember your purpose constantly. This is something that I repeat in the morning and I repeat it at night. And I think about it. And I even recorded a video, a very emotional video of me and my vision and what I see myself doing and why I do what I do. And I have it to go back and rewatch when I'm having a hard time. Remind yourself that your happiness has to be a priority. It really does. There were a couple months when I kind of let that slip. When I was just going through the motions, I was struggling and I wasn't having as much fun. Once I reconnected with being happiness and having fun, things have been so much better. And live with purpose. So my priorities is to eat well, exercise, do personal development, and work on my business. Sometimes for me, that's been to forget about laundry and dishes. It's not my priority. It just hasn't been. And that means sometimes I get very frustrated with the dirty house and no dinner. But it really just isn't my priority right now. I am busy working other things and I'm just going to have to deal with it. So, and what if you have a spouse who is having a hard time? Well, in a loving way, you can sit down and talk to them and say, I love you. I have time for you. This is my priority right now. So basically laundry and doing cooking is not my priority right now. This is my business, but I love you and I have time for you. What are your priorities? And then have that discussion. And this is the part that I really love. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. And I think that's where I have been making the biggest mistake, is because I focus better once I get everything out of my head and onto a paper. I will write out everything I have to do. And then I try and work through it. And the most important things often don't get done. And enough days like that, and then your business just doesn't grow. So I am working towards putting those priorities first in the day, taking care of them right away, and then you're done. So that's what I have for today. Get out of your head and into your business. Put you first, then your family, then your business. And don't forget to keep that mindset positive. That's it. Have a great night.